that's how you want to stand up. Why don't you just go right there? That would be perfect. I can't win with this phone. Hold on. Got it right there. See, because I have to keep the charger on. Oh, I almost had it too. Who's this? As soon as I go live, he loves calling me when I go live. That guy's so weird. Why he's going slowly again? I don't know what his deal is. Maybe I'm just paranoid. Don't matter anyway. Can't take nothing from someone that doesn't have anything. Haha, that's what I told them about the credit card company is trying to take me to court. Go ahead, take all you want. I don't know where you're gonna find it, but I certainly don't have the money. Oh, you know what? I should have went to the bathroom before I started this. You know what? We're gonna start this again in a minute. But you know what? Just so we can keep this content here, hold on. He says hi. Oh, I was gonna go. Oh, you know what? Everybody's here. People are here already, so you know what? I'll stay. I don't mind. I was gonna run to the bathroom. I didn't know. I didn't know if anyone was gonna show up. Perfect. No, good. Hey, how are you, dude? It's good to see you again. Hello, B. Nicole. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate it a lot. I'm just trying. You can see me here wrestling with the phone. It's really just can't get the phone to stay up. And when it does want to stay up, it like goes in an angle. All right, hold on. How can I be trusted to stream when I can't even get the phone to stay up? Hold on. Well, you know what? I'll just hold it. I'll hold it. I can't believe my phone is like, my technology is just so like outdated. It's like my technology is like against me sometimes. Tomorrow's my last exam, and then I will have a vacation of around 2 months. Oh man, well I wish you the best on your exam. I mean, you probably already know you're gonna do well because I know you've been committed. So. Oh, it's a me. Ciao, come sta? Che successe? What's going on, man? Hope everybody's day has been good. Well, morning's been. Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day for all the Irish people out there. St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is pretty big around here. They actually celebrated it yesterday because it fell on a school day this time. But I see everybody with their green on, and I salute them. They're doing a great. They loving their holiday. I don't really celebrate too much, only because like I really don't know too much about St. Patrick's Day. I know that it's like commonly really celebrated, and I know Italians celebrate it to some aspect as well, because I believe that was a long snore, dude. He's over there snoring in the back. I know he was like an Italian priest that went over to Ireland. So I know a lot of Italian people recognize St. Patrick's Day as well. I don't know if it's to the extent of how like, how much the Irish people celebrate it, because they definitely have a lot of passion for that day. But the Italians definitely recognize it too. No, dude, I was just going to do a quick chat anyway, but I was going to tell you too, dude, if you had to study, dude, you don't have to stay here, dude. Trust me. Unfortunately, I don't think there's much I could offer you that'll help with your actual exam, so you got to do what you got to do, bro. I'd much rather you come back and tell me how well you did, dude. And trust me, everyone here is going to be wishing you the best. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up to when I get back on live again later today. I'll bring it up again, and I'll make sure everybody tries to send you some well wishes or best wishes, and whatever they decide to send. Any words of encouragement. Wearing some green while smoking. Oh, there you go. There you go, bro. You started it off right, dude. Hell yeah, dude. You started it off right. I had a coffee that they butchered this morning, because normally it's fine, but I take the plastic cover off only because I don't like to drink with the plastic on. I got too freaked out by all these people talking about plastic, and I noticed like there was little bits of cream still like floating around in the cup, and I'm just like, I can't, I just, whoa, wow. Wow, that was loud. Damn, did you hear? Tell me I'm not the only one. No, that could be my tinnitus though. But no one else heard that dude's brakes. Imagine having a brand new car and your brakes sound like that. It's a white Dodge Charger. Oh my goodness. Sorry to interrupt. That was just that was terribly loud, and is definitely going to sort of trigger my tinnitus later. But I'll worry about that later. I try to do lives every day now. I try to I got it to stay perfectly this time. Oh, that's perfect. I got. Oh, there we go. I try to do them. I try to do them a couple times a day now, and even on days that I work, because since it's Oh, here it goes. It's gonna fall again. There we go. Since yeah, since because the way I work, I go from client to client. Sometimes I have time in between, or sometimes I'll just try to go live afterwards, or more towards the nighttime. I definitely enjoy going on to live at night, even if I'm by myself, because it's like it's just a pretty cool environment, and I just like the it's almost like a routine, you know, like that person that wakes up every morning, gets themselves a coffee, and you know, a newspaper, and that's just what they do. That's how I sort of feel about the live. I really enjoy doing it, and I feel like it's just a part of my routine. The daytime lives are kind of like random, I guess, because I said I'd go in the mornings, and then here I am in like about to be afternoon. But I wanted to definitely come and jump on. I've been paying bills this morning, so I just kind of been a little busy. But I will like definitely do another live later on during the day. I'll have to do one. Oh, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You seem like a cool person also. You already seem like you knew how to start the day off. So I appreciate people that know how to, you know, live life to the fullest. So I appreciate you, dude. But I'll definitely do another live at night for sure. But the morning ones are kind of weird. It really depends. And then like especially like tomorrow I have earlier clients, so like I'll be up at like 6:30 and like on the road by 7. So I'll probably I don't know, I'll try to do at least 2 a day, because I think it's pretty fun, and I think it's cool to talk to people, you know, instead of just talking to this old fool over here. Oh, he's listening. He's got his ear up. I'm just kidding. You're not a fool, bro. You're my good dog in the back. I love spending time with my great, excellent dog. He's got his ears up. He's listening to everything. He heard me. Oh, there we go, dude. All power to you, dude. We're, yeah, jeez, my bad. Here where I'm from, dude, it's like really like lenient. They're very lenient about it out here. There's, they even got dispensaries. And, yeah, it's pretty much like just a part of society at this point. It's no different than somebody going to the store to get a pack of beer, you know, or did they say pack of beer? No, it says pack of beer. Or like a 6-pack of beer. They say the number first. That's why it didn't sound right. Have you ever heard anyone say, yeah, I'm just going to go buy a pack of beer? You know, like it's a pack of cigarettes or something, dude. Oh, gosh. Do you use the papers, or do you, oh, okay. Hey, you know what? Sometimes, you know, well, at least they're probably giving you they're probably giving you a fair price at least. You know, there's so much tax around here, dude. You might as well just, whatever you want, you got to get double the amount just to cover tax. You know, it's just, they don't mind, but you got to pay extra. That's, you know, it is what it is, I guess, right? Pay for the privilege. I still ended up somehow, back in my day, I still ended up somehow going to the dispensary and still paying for lower quality weed just to get the budget right. You know, I was like, oh, now I'm gonna experience this real good weed, and then it was like $65 an eighth plus tax. So you're looking at like, no way, dude. I'll take the eighth of the stuff that went bad 2 days ago because they put expiration dates that they have for the low for $10. That's the thing I always like. Good weed gets me surprised sometimes and nervous, because I'm so used to just from back in the day just always having like mids. Like now if you have mids, you're like a dinosaur nowadays. But back in the day, I'm just so used to the mids. When I tried some of the new stuff, I was like, I don't even know if that was weed. It's like, oh my goodness. It's like, what have I been spending my money on? When you go around and you have that and you feel so much better. It's such a difference in quality nowadays. Smell some hairs around the body. Is that why that's done? I always wondered why that was done. I never really, most of my friends dealt with bongs and stuff back in the day, big water pipes and, the handmade water pipes. And, we were, I always say it all the time, we were geniuses back then when it came to pot. But it's like if we had took some of that intelligence and applied that to, education, like the school and all that, we would have been in college, dude. We would have been in college. But we used our genius and expertise in a different way. And don't let anybody tell you, because I used to smoke weed. I'm not really into the weed scene anymore. But for anyone who was ever called a pothead and looked down on because of that, don't ever look at yourself like that, because I guarantee you can think of some very intelligent ways that you had to come up in a pinch and try to you guys didn't have papers or anything, and people become really intelligent. I'm telling you, the mind works in different ways, but some people choose those. I mean, look, take what you want from that. I don't want to. I'll spin in circles because I'm trying not to say. I'm purposely not saying certain things to be careful, but trust me, people become geniuses when they're trying to find ways to get herb or get the herb to smoke without a water bottle. Yeah. I remember those days. The apple. Oh man, the apple was hilarious. I actually, why I brought the apple up? Because I actually came across a YouTube video the other day where there was a guy who made a video about, our apple's an effective method, and he sat there in his car, ironically, and he was just burning in an apple, and he was just talking about. I remember it though. It brought me back in the day. It made me remember about the conversation we always used to have with our friends. If you eat the apple after you use it, does it make a difference? And we always had that $1 million conversation. That and who runs the banks. We used to. I swear we used to be so Now when I look back, we should have applied that so much more towards school and trying to get a better career and not thinking that we knew the answers already. I think that was a big piece for me growing up. I used to get in my head and say, oh, well, a couple of my buddies who are older than me or whatnot would get in my head and tell me, well, the banks are this, and this, and then people are doing this, and this, so you know what that means. And it's oh, man, we're all just puppets. And, I got into that phase, and, I thought to myself when I turned 18, I told my parents all the time, when I turn 18, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting my own place. Enough of this. And then I got my first job when I was 16, and I was oh man, this is going to be a long journey if I'm going to stick like this. But I always thought I had the answer until I realized I had to fail a bunch of times to realize I didn't know the answer. And right now, I can't even tell you if this is the real answer I'm giving you as far as what life is like, because still being 29, there could be, other potential possibilities. You dropped out freshman year. Honestly, I'll tell you something. I had left school on my sophomore year and then went back. And luckily, I worked out a thing where I did a program and I was able to receive my diploma. And dude, trust me, I got kicked out because it was attendance for me, dude. I thought of 15, 16 other things I could have been doing at that time when my mind is when I thought I had it all figured out. People tell you all the time, kids think they know it all, and I wouldn't have agreed with that in this way until I reflect back on it. But yeah, listen, if you know how to, properly survive out there, that's also a really important art, because there's people, I use my grandfather as an example, who never even stepped foot in a college, who went to school over in Italy, never got a United States, an American education, where that means a lot when you're trying to get jobs here. And he became the head of he was a foreman in the carpenters union, and he ended up doing well, 50 years, and then retired. He's got a pension, he's good. And he never did that by going to college. There's a lot of real skills, but you will have to work, you will have to push yourself harder to make yourself stand out. You don't got to be the smartest or the brightest, but you have to stand out. That's what makes it so interesting. That's what makes the game, this rat race that the world is in, so interesting. Because if you don't stand out, you become one of the same. And one of the same is a comfortable route, dude, because we can all just go get the regular job. I could find a way to, get him daycare, and I'll go do a regular job. Sure, I'll start to make a decent amount of money, but I'll never get any, will never get that much further doing that. Who have you heard from that said, oh, I'm going to start working at Walmart at the age of 18, 19, and by the time I'm 25, 26, I'm going to have a six-figure salary? I've never heard it. So it's like there's that common misconception, but people that do get stuck in the job sometimes got themselves feeling that they're stuck and they don't want to be in that job. And that's why the retention rate for stores like Walmart and such are so low, because they can't get people to stay. Why do you think there's always signs? They practically can paint the now hiring sign on the side of the Walmart and the Target here, because it's always up there, because the retention rate is terrible. They make you think if you don't get your diploma that way, if you don't go get your college degree, this is what you're going to go to. And it's not the truth, man. You can do whatever you want to do. I mean, look at this situation right here. I started a poop scoop business, dude. I said, what's the one thing I can do to incorporate my little man over here in the back, so that way I don't have to put him in a position where he's got to stay somewhere, or, just, anything, like, God forbid, I have to leave him with, like, a friend of mine, and then my friend of mine goes out and leaves him home alone and he gets into something bad. I made him a partner. Well, not really a legal partner, but check it out, man. He's the picture for my business. He's the face of my business. So I was like, you know what? It's me and him. It's me and him. And I was gonna find the best thing I could do, the least competitive thing, so I don't have to compete too much. I can just showcase my ability to service and get the job done. And by the way, I charge way cheaper than everybody around. And what I did is because in order to showcase my skills and make me stand up from the best, I have to give them a cheaper price, because that's what they mostly care about. And when you cut out the reason for them to care about the financial situation and only focus on the service, trust me, it works out. I found my way. Maybe I'm not making as much as the next pooper scooper who wants to charge crazy, but I'm telling you, what I am building is I'm making more relationships, and I'm building better foundations for myself, because I have a person, for example, who likes me so much that I do such a good job that she put my my information on this bulletin in her town, and it's a pretty high-end town. And I kept getting calls about, like, especially since the winter was over, about one-time services, and most of them ended up staying with monthly or weekly services. And it's just me. It's just me. You'll laugh if you look at my pooper scooper right now. It's a broken pooper scooper hanging on with tape, bro. With tape. That's what's been making me the business, is that. And I ride with my house. So it's like I bring my house to the business, like everything is here. And it's like I took a gamble, but I'd rather spend money into this business that I'm trying to build, spend the extra 500 to get all the proper things together, and continue to sustain it and stay in the van for a little while, so that way I can at least do this one right without having to juggle putting money into a business and coming for rent for an apartment. By the way, the apartment that would accept the staff Wiley, which no matter what, they look at him and think he's a pit bull. So it's always going to be like a bit of a challenge, but I found ways to deal with it. I just adjust. It's resiliency, man. You don't, and they don't teach you resiliency in high school. They don't teach you that in middle school. They don't teach you any of that anywhere. The resiliency is a self-made trait that you either learn to discover and unlock, or you leave it dormant and never access those fundamentals. And that's how I always felt about it. But as you heard me say, I don't have a college degree, so technically I'm not really, this isn't that valuable of a statement, because technically I wasn't in college, so I'm not qualified to actually say this type of stuff. So I want to reiterate that at the end of this, because I don't want anyone to take anything to heart unless they could understand what it is I'm actually getting at. And it's just what you can make out of it. Don't get discredited. Even if you think you're not good at school and want to stay, dude, just think of it as the long-term investment. The long-term investment that's going to pay out. It's going to give you some sort of result. The result you want, though, is in question, but it'll always give you a beneficial result if you stick through, because that piece of paper matters to a lot of companies, to a lot of people who are hiring. And, a lot of people would rather work with somebody that has qualifications listed than somebody who's giving you their word, which I totally understand as well. So, it's a double-edged sword of a conversation, because you can sit here and argue both sides, but there are millionaires that are made from college. There are millionaires that are made from people who never went to college. And bottom line is, either way can be achieved. It just depends on how hard you want to work. Do you want to work hard in the beginning, or do you want to work hard in the end? And that's really what it comes to, or not really work hard in the beginning and I guess technically it's all hard work, but there's different paths. And I'm pretty sure you could, you may already know what you want to do. You may have already had it figured out for a long time. You just may not have said it out loud yet. But I think that, everybody's got their own chance, but definitely see what you're good at, because, we go to school for, so many topics, but there might be something you're good at that you don't go to school for. Like, you might want to be like, you might like how people do houses and say, I want to be a landscaper. I hope there's no people paying for college to go to landscaping college. I don't think there's a landscaping college. That was my original point. But if there is, I really hope people aren't paying money to go to a college to learn how to landscape. But there's so many things, there's so many things to do out there. offer yourself like offer yourself that account like offer yourself that like opportunity to at least explore and see what you want to do, because I mean there's a lot of stuff you can do that's got nothing to do with college, and there's a lot of places you can go to work that don't even care about your college credentials or your high school credentials. They only care about you showing up and getting the job done. If you're a solid worker, maybe the books aren't for you. It's fine. Don't ever discredit yourself, bro. And now I'm not saying you are, by the way, but like just as like a point of reference, man. No matter what, you got something that'll work for you. And I mean, took me a while to find that out. I mean, shoot, I'm almost 30 now, so it's like, I still got a mentality like a 22-year-old, but I mean, I'm working on that for sure. I mean, he doesn't help when I play with this fool and we sound like a bunch of little kids running around outside in the field. People must look at me and be like, what is wrong with this man? But it's just about having fun right now. I learned that. I did all the stressing and worrying during the earlier part of my 20s. I mean, I'm kind of done with the stressing out and stuff. But people are people. We're all here in this world. We all got our own interpretation of what reality really is. I learned to stop really trying to get inside of other people's heads thinking, what are they thinking? It just wastes time. I'm 29. But I feel like I wasted the majority of my 20s, though, just trying to figure out the wrong things, thinking that they were going to lead to the right path. But it took me a while to realize I had to reflect deeper and just kind of start from the beginning and trace back. And now I feel like, I just feel like a better individual for it. And I feel like I can offer people some guidance along the way. I mean, obviously, I don't really have much to offer somebody who's like sitting in Harvard right now. I mean, there's not much. I have nothing to offer somebody like that, probably. But for somebody that like, just trying to make it on their own against the odds, I mean, this is what it's all about, is us, proving to everyone else, you were here for a purpose. And now you are going to make them see that purpose. And that's what really matters. And then your happiness comes with that. Your happiness should be the journey along the way. Because even though it's tough, the journey is memorable. How many times would you go back and realize, wow, all of this. Remember how I came up here? Remember all the hardship? And now we're here. That's how I would always look at it. Sorry, my phone's not like charging correctly. But I look at it like that, dude, because it's like at the end of the day, we all gotta, we're born. Oh, sorry, I'm not trying to like look at that person drive. This thing's not working right. We're born alone and we die alone, So at the end of the day, you gotta prove things. You gotta prove things to yourself first, and then once you do that, you should be better off. But I mean, I knew that was coming. This phone has been so uncooperative this entire stream. I can't believe it. Yeah, and then the battery's telling me it's low battery again because it doesn't want to charge. Yeah, as you can tell, my equipment, I've had better days with my equipment, but eventually when one of these end of the months when I go and collect, I'm going to put a couple bucks aside and get myself a new charger and maybe a new phone case. I'd love to get a new phone, to be honest. I hate this phone. I'm not a fan of the iPhone. Not that they're bad, it's just I've had a bad one. Yeah, I appreciate you. Jeez. I appreciate you. Dude, this phone case has to go. I appreciate you seeing it like that. I mean, all I can only hope is that like you remember, like, take what you want from it, and if it applies, dude, apply it, but remember not to sell yourself short, because that was the biggest lesson that it took me a long time to learn, not only after I failed in that lesson a couple of times. Now I treat myself with more respect, and I'm able to actually go out and go out and run my own little business. It's not the biggest business in the world, but you know what? The fact that it's giving me these responsibility to do things that like I have to learn about, like invoices and all these other cool things. For me, it sounds important, it feels important, and I feel like I'm actually doing a service to help people out. It's not like I'm, and it's me. It's not like I don't hire anybody. I don't, it's just me, and it's my security guard for the van / house, and as he's snoring. Yeah, real secure, huh, buddy? But he's awesome. I'm gonna see. Hold on. Before we wrap up, I'm gonna see if I can get him on the Get him to wake up or at least say hi real quick. Oh, you heard me say that, big guy? Revan. Hey, Revan. You want to say hi? Hey, Revan. Booba Booey. Hey, you still sleeping? This is a baby. Oh, there he is. What are you doing? What's just the baby doing? Good boy, bro. You still sleeping? Oh, good thing he likes to sleep in. If he had brought that early morning energy with him as well as that afternoon energy, I don't know if I could keep up. Yeah, I mean, look at it. Look at something. I don't know what state you're in, but look at something called the high set, if they still do that. Because the high set is also something where it's like, it was like a loophole almost, where like you came and you basically you took all your tests, and it's similar to a GED. I mean, it's sounding crazy the way I'm saying it, but it was called a high set, and if you do all your tests like for your subjects and you get it done, you know, they'll give you a diploma. And like an actual diploma, like the diploma came from like the town that I was from and all of that, and I was able to get a diploma. It's a high set is normally reserved for people that you know, that went off to the military and so on and want to come back and get their diploma. That's primarily what the high set was used for, from my understanding. I can't confirm that or deny that because I only heard it from the lady I saw when I got the high set. So I'm not saying like, oh yeah, it's a government, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna. In the world of fact checking, I'm not gonna say anything that I don't really stand by 100%, or at least give you this little disclaimer at the end. But definitely look into that if it still exists. It was HISET. It's basically, it's a high set, so it's designed for people that want to like. It's designed for people that want to like try to get their diploma, you know, and not the GED. But it's definitely, I guess, kind of GED related, sort of. But I was able, like, I was going to try to do community classes at community college classes a long time ago. Oh, you're from Texas. Oh, that ain't bad though, dude. You're actually in a pretty solid state to even like even start your own thing. If you ever I don't know what you do on YouTube, if you got a channel on YouTube or anything. If you have a channel on YouTube, you know, I could definitely give you a subscriber right now. I'll subscribe to you, and I'll what's it called? I'll check out some of your videos for you, and I'll try to share some. I'll always offer to do that for people because I feel like, you know, it could help, you know, it could help them feel better about what they're trying to start, and to see other people support others is also a big tool, I think, because it also helps make people more comfortable around the environment here. And which is shocking because normally I'll get a couple of like crazy people come in and like say some crazy stuff, but unfortunately I had one crazy person do that yesterday, but unfortunately I'm sad to say this, it was actually a friend of mine who is very just disgruntled with things that are our relationship, like our friendship and what's going on, and so he decided to come on and just make a fool of himself. Oh, no worries, dude. Well, then I'm always happy to. I'll tell you what, dude. If you want, check this out. Um, there you go. Now you could say you do something in YouTube a little bit. Unfortunately, I can't. Like, there's not much value of it, but like, there's Oh, thanks for the sub, dude. But here, I'll throw you this so that way you can have this in case you feel like somebody's being like out of line in the chat. You have you have my full permission, dude, to bounce them, to time them out, whatever you think would be right. Because I appreciate the way you've been hanging out, and I appreciate the way you've been talking to me about this stuff. So it's only right in return I give you the wrench, the blue wrench. Oh, what are you doing up there? You see this guy? Always doing something. He's security now. His security mode activated. Oh, oh, oh. what's up, little buddy? Yeah, man. Remember, at the end of the day, man, it's not only about like the looks of it, it's about, the power that comes with it, man. Treat yourself like you have, like I think you're like 100% like capable and like, a real person. So I feel like, you could hold the wrench down, dude. 100%. It's not like I got a few wrenches out there, but it's only for people like that are really genuine. I'm not looking for somebody that's like super entwined, knowing the chat lingos and all that. I'm not looking for anything. I'm just looking for genuine people. This isn't like it's a considered, like, I try to be professional with it, but this is not a professional channel. So I'm not looking for professional people. I'm looking for regular, everyday people. It's like you and me, man. And that's what makes, because remember, at the end of the day, if I'm not mistaken, YouTube started out as community stuff. Everybody was just, there was no YouTube influencers to that extent. There was just everyone uploading videos and stuff. It was like almost like a Facebook, but it expanded and got deeper and more sophisticated. And over time, we have this, which is cool, because I respect the process because it led us all to this point. Yeah, definitely. Real people make real results and make real, entertainment, real encouraging behavior. Everything ends up real when it's real, when it starts real. Just like with food, man. You use real ingredients, you get a real good dish. You use artificial ingredients, you get a fake dish. And it's always going to be like that. Hey, what's up, Elliot? How you been, dude? Good to see you. We just been in here talking a little bit about life. How's your day been? Happy St. Patrick's Day, dude. I hope that your day's been well, dude. We've been You know what's funny? I sent an invoice out to somebody today, and I thought they would have already, no, they didn't. I thought they would have already, paid me, but they didn't. I learned how to do invoices. I don't really have St. Patrick's Day. Oh, you don't have, oh, okay, my apologies then. Yeah, it's really big out here, especially in New England, where they just, like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, yeah, you're already celebrating. You started it off the right way. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. I mean, it kind of stinks for people that wanted to celebrate on St. Patrick's Day because it's Monday today. But if it was yesterday, well, they did the parade yesterday anyway, I think. I didn't go. I mean, when there's parades and there's stuff like that, it's normally like the hint to stay as far away from the city as you can, unless you want to sit and watch from the traffic area. Yeah, I'm in northeastern part of America, like on the East Coast, New England, where the weather is, as you can tell, it looks just like England: cloudy, rainy, and windy, and kind of cold. That's my friend from Sheffield. She tells me that that's what it's like in England. It's always cold and rainy. There's a word for it, though. There's like a word, and I can't remember what it was called. But, yeah, see, that's what, she says that a lot. She says that a lot. Which is like, honestly, I don't mind the rain, and like, mostly we do get good weather, but when we get bad weather like this, it's bad. But from what I understand, it sounds like English weather is a lot like the weather in Seattle, where it's like kind of always raining. Yeah, we had rain all day today. Well, for the beginning part of the day, it wasn't too bad. It was fairly decent, to say the most. What are you now? This is a silly question because I'm sure this is gonna sound dumb, but so we're going into spring right now, and I'm only basing this because of Groundhog Day. We're in spring, going into spring right now. Have you already gotten into spring, or are you guys like already into the warmer months? And I'm not. The reason why I don't think everyone goes the same time and switches because of Groundhog Day, right? Because if Groundhog Guy says no, 4 more weeks, that means we have to prolong it 4 more weeks. Well, no one else has Groundhog Day, so no one else does that. Don't you think it's weird we're the only ones that do the Groundhog Day and we're the only ones that do the daylight savings time? I mean, it kind of feels like we want to control the time and the time as much as we can for some reason. But I think we're the only country that actually does daylight savings. Oh, okay. It is progressively getting warmer. That's not bad then. I yeah, I kind of can't wait for this good weather, but unfortunately, once it gets to a certain point where it stays in like the 65, 70 degree range, then you got to deal with a whole new threat. Now you got the mosquitoes running around again, and that was like a big problem last year because a lot of people got sick out here from getting mosquito bites, and that's just something you want to keep an eye on. Gotta love the mosquitoes though, right? They play a very important part in the environment. And I treat them like an enemy. You know, I treat them like an enemy, dude. Yeah, yeah, didn't you guys also at one point this winter also get like some crazy winter weather? Or was that just like or was that just like that? Because I know in like Tennessee, I don't know where now. It was Kentucky. They were getting like some snow out there. Oh, you're Eastern, so you're like um Eastern. See, I learned a little bit more about England the other day, and I understand that England is not the entire island. That England's a big portion of the island, but there are other countries that are on the eastern border, I believe. I don't have the map in front of me, but yeah, could you imagine? Not only that about the snow, but could you imagine being in a place where you've never put road salt on the road, and now all of a sudden all these cars, and by the way, I guarantee you they don't really go out of their way selling four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive SUVs out there because they wouldn't really need them. I'd imagine even like California, Florida, you only got rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. You don't really, there's really no need for all-wheel drive unless you're going off road. So it's like, imagine all of those vehicles that had no real like preparation for that winter weather, and then all the salt that probably destroyed the underneaths of the cars. Because that's what they do here. Like the salt will literally destroy the underneath of your car. Oh, because of the wind. Yeah, the wind's been pretty bad. The wind's definitely been noticeable. Or maybe I've just been noticing it more because I've been out here this year, but I've definitely noticed the wind is like wind's out here for sure. It was really bad the other day. It was imagine trying to get a pooper scooper to work, right? One that like you put the bag into the scooper so it looks like a jellyfish net from SpongeBob almost. Imagine trying to get that set up while the wind's blowing all over the place. Every time I'm going down to try to scoop, the bag is like blowing in front of the scooper, and it's like, dude, it was just crazy. And before that, I was like literally chiseling ice. I was because the weather was just so bad. It's getting into shorts weather here in UK. Oh, there you go. That's actually not a bad thing, dude. Trust me, I'm looking forward for that weather soon. I'm just not sure we're gonna get it right away, but seems like they're giving us some rain first, then a couple of 40-degree days again, and then we should be back up to 50 and 60. But that's when you gotta start, like, you know, spring cleaning's gotta be crazy this year for me in the van because of this dog with all the extra food and stuff around. So I gotta make sure that like we keep this place clean, no mold, no nothing. See, I knew it was a good idea to put this seat out because he's always trying to come to the front seat. So I figured if I gave him his own seat, he'd claim it as his own. And look, it fits him just perfectly. Oh, sorry. Here you go, buddy. It's 12:01. It's 4:02. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's 12:01. Wait, isn't it a 5-hour? Oh no, because the daylight savings, it would have been a 5-hour difference. Okay. Yeah, no, that actually makes sense. See, that daylight savings again, it makes no sense. I think it was done originally for farmers. We have so many like weird sort of like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. But I think we should get rid of daylight savings time. Honestly, I think we should go to like the 24-hour time frame, like military time almost, and like how they do it in Europe. Because it makes a lot of sense actually. It's 11 over there. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm literally. It's now noon, and it's good old noontime, and I'm thinking. I'm not sure. I think I might go take the dog to walk. I don't have anything really going on for the rest of the day, so I'll probably go back. I'll probably go back live again later on for sure. I just have to see a couple of things. Um, oh, you talking about the mod? You can just if it feels uncomfortable for you, dude, you can just call him the mod. No, that's all good, dude. I hope holy Mario. Yeah, I was gonna say there's also there's a picture of him as Mario on there. You can just call him Mario, Mario the mod. You know, whatever you like, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, bro. It's all it's what's it called? Yeah, it is what it is. You know, we're all here, so it's like we're all cool here. You'll call him like on the phone. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You call him. You know what I like? You know what I like sometimes is like I like when people use a different expression to refer to as a phone. I uh I remember watching one of those cop videos. They pulled over some guy on a motorcycle, and the cop just comes out all angry. He's like, "What do you think you're doing? Where's your other buddy? You get him on the horn right now!" And I'm like, "On the horn?" I go, "What does that mean?" And then, there's just so many cool expressions I learned. Like somebody the other day was like, "Hey," goes, "You want a tonic?" Like, "What's a tonic?" He goes, "I'm going inside. You want a tonic?" And I'm like, "What's a tonic?" He's like, "I got frescas." I'm like, "Oh, you talking about sodas?" And so tonic is like a really common way to say soda in the Midwest. And I also know like supper means dinner. Like my grandmother used to use that word a lot. The grandmother on my mom's side, my Italian grandmother wouldn't know what that meant. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, calling it by its name seems to be like the more like I definitely don't go out of my way saying soda a lot. You know, I'll say like I'll take a ginger ale or something on the lines of that. I won't really like. I try to just drink mostly water, but like yeah, when it comes to that, I'll say like the name of it because I just want to be as clear as possible. You know what I mean? It's like seltzer almost, right? Yeah, they say it's like supposed to be better because there's less sugar, but isn't it like bad for your teeth for some reason? Like the like the soda water. Somebody told me like it's not good for your teeth, but I don't know if that's like wouldn't soda also be bad for your teeth then because it's pretty much the same thing but just sweetened. But I'll tell you the food game is gonna change out here because I've already seen restaurants start to announce they're cooking foods differently. Like a couple places announced that they're not making fries in vegetable oil anymore. They're making it in beef tallow, which I'm not sure what the difference is, but it looks like a lot of places are trying hard to get like better or more wholehearted ingredients. I think the new health and human secretary is putting a lot of mandates and making people change to healthier ingredients. That's from my understanding, but the man himself is actually a very controversial topic as well. So it's like I'm not too sure. You can't drink alcohol. Yeah, that's. I feel that. Well, I can't. I could drink alcohol, but like I don't drink alcohol anymore because of my tinnitus. It tends to make it just a little bit more worse. Well, that's an even better reason to not drink alcohol. Wait a minute, isn't the drinking age in Europe like really young? It's like younger than it is in America, isn't it? Yeah, well, I used to drink back in the day for sure. I used to, yeah. I mean, nowadays I don't really, I can't really. I live in the van, so for me to come home and have a beer would mean to come in the van and have a beer, which means I'd technically be drinking in the car. So I just stay away from it. No, don't worry. We ain't gotta talk about that, bro. Don't worry. Russia, the drinking age is 9. Is it really? I mean, they must be doing that based off of like harm and like health, and not like abbreviation and mindfulness. Like, I guarantee you that's done because they're probably like, okay, well, legally, if you're 9 or older, you can drink alcohol without getting, risk of dying from it. That's probably what they're gonna say. That's how it sounds to me. Like, Russia is the type of country to do like, yeah, the drinking age is 9 because technically, once you're 9 years old, there's no risk of you actually dying from a little bit of alcohol. So that's probably what their logic is, as opposed to, oh well, if we give people alcohol, it makes them act crazy. They probably don't even take that into consideration. They only look at it as a health standpoint. That's got to be like my theory onto why they're 9 years old and you can drink out there. It's strictly a safety thing instead of a, consequential, what you'll do after and how you react. I think they limit that because they know you can drink it safely at that age and old. That's my hypothesis, bro. Me, I don't know. I can't, like, we're just making a theory here. Because why else would their age be 9? You know, that's crazy. When you think about it. Sorry, I got distracted by the Civic over here. Some people love driving with their high beams on, even during like this kind of day, and I don't understand what that is. Like, I don't understand what that's about. Imagine a 9-year-old drunk. I mean, the way some of these kids run around off of candy bars, I mean, it's not hard to imagine, bro. It's definitely not hard to imagine. Yeah, dude, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, they're probably looking at it from that standpoint. I don't think that they're looking at it from like a, oh, well, if they have, because I don't think there's much of like a mental health department in Russia. I mean, I think they have one squad for the mental health division, and that, take that term as you will, but I don't think they really, I I think if you go to the mental health department in Russia, you find a closet with a bunch of like other stuff from other offices, just using it as a storage room. So like, I don't believe that, like, yeah, that they care about the effects of the mind, of what that could do. They just care, is it gonna kill you or not? And you can drink alcohol just fine. It won't kill you. You're old enough to drink it. Let's get these sales going. Come on, we got money to make. The rubles, 2 cents on the dollar. Let's go. That's the mindset, which I understand then. But at the same time, it's bad. It's really a bad mindset, because you're really just, you would want to protect the younger generation so they can become strong, leaders, and replace the filling roles. But, getting everybody drunk and have issues with alcohol could be very detrimental. But I mean, clearly, if Russia's been doing it for years, they you know, I mean, look at where Russia is right now. Do you think they're, you know, gotta love it though. Gotta love it. Alcohol, I know in Italy it's like 16 or 18. I know in Canada it's 18, or Montreal it's 18, because I heard stories about kids that would go when they were 18 to go to Montreal because you can drink out there. Yeah, well, I mean, it's those things where, if your family, think about it like this. I'll reason with you, and this might sound crazy, and I don't want to freak anyone out, but you ever talk to your family, someone in your family, and they go, you look out for your family. As long as your family's good, nothing else. Don't worry about other people. Always focus on your family. Your family comes first. Da 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 da. Take that now and apply it to the higher ups. Just think about that. Take that message and apply it to the higher ups that are going to preach the same exact values. Because if we're saying it, most certainly they're going to say it, especially when they feel themselves to be more valuable. And that is what you have. Just think about it like that. Families, it's all about the family first. As long as your family's good, don't worry about it. You help people after you help your family. Think about like that, and let that resonate. They, as long as their family's good and they're rich and they're making their money, they don't care about these other people like that, to that extent. Maybe come election season, but after that, I mean, what do you have? Trust me, what do you have? Their family's good. You think their 9-year-old daughters are drinking? Their 9-year-old sons are drinking? No way. because they probably know the actual effects and they don't want their kids to get you know, any problems down the road. It's a business. It's run like a business. That's why Donald Trump was able to come in and get back in so quickly this third time around, because his third attempt at running, because he started, like, he treats it all as a business. But at least we know he's treating it as a business, as opposed to other people that'll lie to our face and say, "Oh, we're really doing this for you." It's not hard to tell. Trump's a New Yorker, man. I live right next door to these guys. I know what a New Yorker's like. People keep judging Trump off of Trump. I judge him off of the fact he's from New York, and I love nothing wrong with New York, but these guys got attitude problems, and like, I don't mind, like, whatever, but like, look at the way he's trying to run everything. He's running it without the filter. He's basically doing everything else other politicians would do, but without the nice guy smile and filter. He's basically just in there running it like a business, and that's what these, like, all of them do. Look at Putin. Putin's doing it even crazier. I mean, Putin's a bad example because Putin's a very, like, he's under a microscope. So I don't want to use Putin as an example, but look at some of these other, look at some of these other countries and their leaders and the way they're doing it, and look at how well off their families are as opposed to the other rest of their country. I don't want to say anything bad about North Korea, because I don't want a spy showing up, accidentally brushing my shoulder and hitting me with, like, a poison dart. So I don't want that to happen. But so, I actually think that, honestly, if you want my opinion, dude, I think we'll see the news of Trump and Kim Jong-un meeting somewhere in the future. That's all I'll say. No, that's fair enough. Yeah, if you got family out there, you probably know. They probably know too, dude. Hell yeah, dude. No, we got rivalries with sports and stuff, and like I'll definitely be like more. If somebody does something weird while we're driving and they got a New York plate, I'll definitely, like, I won't say anything to them, but like whoever I'm with in the car or whatever, I'll definitely be like, oh, those New Yorkers and the Florida plates, and I don't know why Florida plates. Every time I'm behind someone from Florida, dude, we're always going like 10 miles under the speed limit, which is like cool. Don't get me wrong. I got a van that like has a suspension problem, so I don't like to go too fast, especially when this dude's always sleeping in the back like that. Imagine one bump, he goes flying off the seat. But they go really slow. They drive super slow out there. But yeah, New York is Oh, you're Sam. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Sam. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate you coming by to say hi. We were just talking, we've been talking about a bunch of different things, honestly. It's kind of gone all over the place. I've been watching myself, too, like, spit. And I keep watching, and I keep following it through the screen. And I'm like, oh, my God, dude. I keep spitting all over the place. I didn't really, no, I did eat breakfast. You know what? I did eat breakfast this morning. I actually had a full breakfast. And then I went somewhere different to get the coffee, and I dealt with that coffee issue, like with the cream all over the place. So it is what it is, but I don't know why my mouth's so dry. I don't know how to, is it Pahu? Pihu? I hope I don't pronounce that wrong. I'm very sorry if I did. But thanks for joining us. We were talking about a bunch of different things. We got Revan over here. Oh, bro, Revan. You're hanging off your head's hanging off the side, bro. You shouldn't. I don't know if you're supposed to lie down like that, dude. You that big that your whole body took up the whole seat with that giraffe neck of yours? Crazy baby. Oh, but I will say this: we're getting towards the 1 hour mark. So what I'll do is I'm going to probably gonna stop around here, and then I'm gonna definitely get back on later. It's cool to see everybody here. I appreciate everybody for showing up as always, and I hope you all have a great St. Patrick's Day. Wish my buddy luck on his tests. My buddy Ayush edits. Hopefully he does, well, I know he's going to do good. So, hopefully that we can hear from him soon about his results, and I look forward to it. Hey, you as well, dude. I appreciate you, dude. I hope to see you later on. If you do have time, stop by. You're always welcome, dude. If you're not, it's okay. Don't ever think like you have to come over here. If you got something else going on, always handle your priorities first, dude. I would always understand and be happy for you too at the same time. So always, be you, be true to yourself. And I heard what you said. You didn't figure out what you wanted to do just yet. But I mean, hopefully this sparked an interest in figuring out what you wanted to do. So hopefully that'll be the case. And I'll catch you guys all later. Say goodbye, Revy. His whole neck is leaning over that way. That can't be good. Hey, there you are.